Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm very good.
Okay. Today is, yes, Saturday. How was your weekend? Did you have an interesting weekend? Usual weekend?
Not bad, yeah. It wasn't bad. Usual.
Okay. Nothing different?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's Rahim's about to sign in as well.
By the way,
Mm-hmm.
about my question, I asked you before about how can we identify the word that we can use it with ER, and we can.
السلام عليكم.
I found. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Today I remember one word which was one syllable, I think. The word modern.
Yes.
Modern, it's one syllable.
Is it?
Isn't it?
It's two. Modern.
So we can't say moderner.
No, we can't. No.
So now we don't have a rule for this.
There is a rough rule. The rough rule is the one we talked about, the one about the one syllable. But I think your question is important. Let's check it. Why don't we check it? Because I think it's worth checking. Comparative. Let's see, comparative. Let's look for irregular comparatives. Maybe this is what we need to look for. Okay. Let's see. So, okay, I think the first part is, we know it. Larger, faster, higher, blah, blah. Nothing new here, superlative. Largest, fastest, one syllable. This is clear, the two syllable we know. Happiest, remember okay, take a look at this. These are two, but it's with ER, simple, simpler. Yeah. So it's a bit of an exception because it doesn't end with a Y. Do you see it? I don't know. It's a bit of an exception, I think, right? Because you should think that...
No, it's not. Because there's, when you say strong, stronger.
Strong is one syllable. Strong. But simple is two, right?
But you can find a lot of words like simple. But it's... My question is, I agree with you that for one and two syllables, you use it with ER, regardless of it's there is a Y in the word or not. But my question is, how can I identify the words that it's maybe two syllables and we can't use ER with them, like modern?
Yeah. I don't have an answer, to be honest. I don't know if there's a rule or if it's just something that comes with practice. I'm not sure there's a rule, but I'm curious now because I want to know as well, because I don't know. But it seems like there is no rule, it seems, because modern and simple both are two syllable adjectives, but they both behave differently. With simple, we just say simpler, but with modern, we can't. We put more. Do you see the idea? Do you see the problem? Here, they're just repeating the usual stuff.
And most.
Nothing new here. Let's see if there's Something a little rules and examples, maybe rules. Okay, it's taking some time.
الو
Hello, we can hear you.
اي النت ما فهمتش الضوء كارثة اليوم.
Yeah, there's a blackout. I think there's another blackout.
اي
I don't.
بلاك
every day.
اوت وتوجهنا احنا وما عادش فهمت لان مسكرين تكوات احنا لتكوات البريزة.
لازم تسكر في كل شيء احنا we have to.
ايه لا غير على خاطر النت بس.
Nothing new
It's
also.
clicking.
Yeah, nothing new here either. I think we need to go back. No, there's no, it seems that there's no rule, but please, Noha, if you find anything, just let us know. Because here according to it, it looks like it's a feeling thing. Maybe not feeling, maybe more of practice thing.
Practice, yeah.
Yeah, simple, simpler, but modern, more modern, because it sounds a little weird if you say moderner. Yeah, but I think it's worth checking. The topic is worth checking. Okay, so I think we finished this part from last time, the one about adjectives, so we covered it, and we even started talking about the future. We talked about some of the phrasal verbs, and I think we agreed that throw away and throw out has the same meaning. We didn't have any problem really with these phrasal verbs. Most of them were obvious. They're not the type of phrasal verbs which are difficult to guess. So we talked about that. We did the future. We talked about the future. We agreed that for things that you decide at the moment of speaking, you should use will. But for plans and arrangements, you can sort of mix. It's not a big deal if you use going to for an arrangement, or if you use a present continuous for a plan. They're sort of cousins. They're not that different. As long as you use a suitable time phrase, if you're using the continuous, of course, so the listener doesn't get confused and think you're talking about the present continuous for right now at the moment. So maybe a time word is necessary. I think we had some homework, but I don't know if have you done it? Naha? The one about the house?
Yeah.
If you have?
Yeah.
All right, yes. So that would be good. Okay, let me finish my very quick revision, just to remind you and Ibrahim of the things we covered and the things we'll talk about, and then we can go back. So we finished all of this. We didn't do number 9. We only did number 7, which is listening to the 2 different ways of saying going to, which is gonna and going to. Both are acceptable in spoken English. If you want to say gonna, that's completely fine. If you want to say I'm gonna study later, or I'm gonna travel next week, completely fine, no problem. Just don't do it in a formal exam. Maybe if you're speaking in IELTS, maybe it's a bit better to say going to, but still they consider it a correct variety. That's what they're saying here in exercise 7. So if you use it, everything is fine, no problem. As long as you don't say gonna too, then that doesn't make sense, right? Just say gonna without the 2 part. So this means we will start with number 9, this one. And okay, before we start, let's check what you have for us, Naha. I'm interested to see your description of the different houses. So let's see. All right, so the idea is you're going to talk about 3 houses, 3 flats. And this is a bit of a sort of practice for I think the different kinds of comparatives we learned in this lesson. Okay, you can start. You can start now.
Okay, I want to talk about 3 flats actually, which are in different apartment blocks. My sister's flat, and my uncle is, and the third one is my cousin is flat. Okay. My uncle is
Hello? Ibrahim, can you hear me?
إيه تو نقدر نسمع فيك يس.
Yeah, I think Noha disconnected. I think she disconnected.
شنو صار ما
Noha, are you there? Yeah, remember we had this exercise from our last lesson. The idea is to describe or to compare
3 houses, yeah.
3 houses that you know very well, and we want to compare these houses based on the location of the house, the size of the house. So you can, for example, let's say you're comparing your house to your uncle's house, to your aunt's house. So instead of just saying our house is larger than my uncle's, you can be a little more, let's say, sophisticated. You can say our house is, or for example, my uncle's house is not as large as ours. However, their garden is, for example, very similar to ours. Right? So the idea, we want to use other types of comparatives that are slightly different, or let's say more advanced maybe than the ones we studied in elementary, which is big, bigger, small, smaller, you know, the straightforward ones. So the whole focus of number 9 is using the same adjectives, or not adjectives, the same comparatives as we used in number 8. Remember when we did this together, when we agreed that, for example, number 2, I'm not as organized as her. So this could be I'm or she's more organized than me, right? Or the one with similar, her taste in music is almost the same as mine. You can say we have similar taste in music, or our music, or our taste in music is almost the same. I have to change it to similar. It's similar to each other. Her taste in music is similar to mine. My taste in music is almost similar to her, and so on. So this is what Noha will do now. She will use these different types of comparatives, and she will use it to compare the 3 flats she mentioned, her uncles, her sisters, and...
Hello.
Welcome back. Hi.
Sorry, the electrical has just been interrupted.
I see. Did you lose power, or did the power come back?
No, it doesn't come back. We use a generator.
Yeah, I see. Okay. All right, so you can start. You were just saying that you were going to talk about your uncle's house, I think your sister's house, and another one, right? You mentioned the third one.
My cousin's.
Yes, cousin.
For the first, my uncle's flat is not big as my sister is, while my cousin has the smallest one. My sister's flat has much more spacious rooms than the other 2 flats, and my cousin's flat is the newest. My sister's flat is almost as near to the city center as my cousin is, whereas my uncle's flat is the farthest. When it comes to the neighborhood, they are not very different from each other, where the 3 of them have lively neighborhood, but my uncle's flat is in the most friendly one.
Okay. There are 2 points. Let's go a little back to them. The one about spacious rooms, and the other one where you used almost. Can you repeat those, please?
Okay, spacious. Where is it? My sister's flat has much more spacious rooms than the other 2 flats.
Okay. Here you can, if you want to use spacious as your adjective, maybe it's better to say, instead of, don't use the noun with it, right?
How?
just try to do it without using the noun room. Can you do it without using room?
But I'm comparing the rooms of the flats.
Okay. You're saying, what did you say? Are much, the rooms are?
Ah, I should say the rooms, but okay, my sister's flat, but his flat has much more spacious rooms than the other two flats.
Okay.
I can't put the word rooms before. How can I put it before the?
You can say in my sister's flat, the rooms are much more spacious than.
Yeah, would be better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little rephrasing. That's the example is excellent. It's just the phrasing was a little. I thought maybe you could.
My sister's flat. The rooms. Yeah. Rooms are.
Yeah, maybe with are, with verb to be, it feels a little better than have, right? Or has, I think.
Are, yeah.
Okay, this is a great example. Are much more spacious than my uncles and my cousins. Than the other two, or than the other two. All right, all right. The other example, the one with almost. Can you tell me a little more? Can you repeat that?
Let me find it. My sister's flat is almost as near to the city center as my cousin is.
Can we use ly with almost?
I don't know. I thought we can.
No, actually we can't. With almost, you can only use it in this form, almost.
So I can, flat is almost as near.
Yes, that would be correct. My is almost as near to the sea or to the beach, or even to the sea is okay. To the seashore or to the sea. Yeah, I guess it's okay. The only thing is they don't use the sea a lot, but I mean they don't use it in the way we use it. They use usually sea for, I mean, ships in the middle of the sea.
I said city. I said city center.
City. I was hearing the
center.
sea. Yeah.
No,
perfectly fine with city center. Yes.
Yeah.
So can you do it without the ly part? Let's see if it sounds fine.
My sister's flat is almost as near to the city center as my cousin is.
Correct. That's great. Nothing wrong here. I think. What about the pronunciation here? Take an example. Take a look at the example you have here, the first one. The one about my friend. Can you read it? Just pronunciation.
My friend Julia's house is a bit larger than mine.
All right, okay, nothing wrong with the pronunciation. Now, what about this one? Oops. Can you read this?
My cousin's house.
Okay, good. Now it sounds okay, but in the example, it sounded like cousin is. There was a bit of a separation in the pronunciation.
My cousin.
Yeah, you need to make it as if the S is included in the syllable with the letters before it, right? With the possessive S.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the examples are great. Did it take you long to come up with them?
Not as long as before.
So you did it faster than before.
Yeah.
You're getting better. You're getting better. All right, that's good. Ibrahim, have you tried to make any examples?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear your examples.
Okay, about location, my uncle's house is farther than my aunt's house.
Okay, farther from where? From your house or from the city center, you mean?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
But my grandmother's house is the farthest.
Okay, good.
This is about size. My grandmother's house have more rooms than my uncle's house. But my aunt's house have just
Is it have or is it has?
has.
Why? When you said my grandmother's house has, in the beginning you said have, but why did you change it to has?
I'm gonna cheat because it's single, Brahim.
Eh,
It's singular.
Yeah, she's right. Yes, because your grandmother's house is a house. It's an it. And generally with singular things, we say it has, the house has, the car has, right?
okay.
Okay. So your grandmother's, what did you say about your grandmother's? Has more rooms or least rooms or the least rooms.
More rooms
Okay. Okay.
than my uncle's house.
Mm-hmm.
But my aunt's house has the largest number of rooms.
Okay. Okay.
Is it correct or?
It's correct.
I'm not sure about this since I مش متأكد منها.
No, it's correct. The largest number of rooms is correct.
Okay. My uncle's house, it's the oldest. It's older. لا استغفر الله. شو اسمه المقارنة بين زوز الانكلز متاعي غير مرة نستخدم فواحد أعطيه الانكل وواحدة أعطيه الأنت.
Okay. Okay.
لا محمد رسول الله. My uncle's house is older than my aunt's house, but my grandmother's house is the oldest.
Okay. Okay. Can you try using other types of comparatives like not as, adjective as, or different from, or
Okay.
similar to, you know, other ones.
My uncle's house is similar to my aunt's house in the age.
Maybe in this situation, if you want to talk about age, maybe you can say is almost as old as,
Okay.
right?
As
Yeah, with age, I think if you say old, you use the adjective old, almost as old as, or if it's exactly the same, they were built in the same year or the same 2 years, then maybe you can say my aunt's house is as old as my uncle's house. So they're the same. This way you can say the same age without using the word age, because age is it's a weird word. They don't use it a lot in English. If they want to ask about age, they'll just tell you when was it built, when were you born, how old are you? But it's almost, they never use it in the question itself. I don't know if you've noticed it. It's not a very commonly used word. Everybody knows what it means and how to ask about it, but the word itself doesn't come, I think, very often in questions. But okay, I get your point.
محمد رسول الله. My uncle's house is as old as my aunt's house.
Excellent. That's how it is.
Okay.
And if you want to be a little more interesting, almost as old as, if you don't want to say they're the same age, almost as old as, you're showing that there's not a lot of difference.
They're not the same.
But they're not exactly the same either, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is what I wrote, these three sentences.
These are okay. This is not bad. You covered, I think, at least half of it, which is okay. Maybe if you come up with...
Because that's the only information I have.
Yeah, that's
I
okay.
don't know about their neighborhood.
Of course, but
They all they don't have any interaction with them, so
yeah, you can make things up from your own. Most of speaking, especially in speaking exams, you need to learn how to act and how to, create
Pretend.
fantasies, how to pretend, and because they're not going to ask you about things you know. Actually,
okay.
they'll almost never ask you about things you know. Most of the time, they're situational questions. What would you do if especially in the last part of the IELTS speaking, for example, they'll just give you like hypothetical situations. What would you do if you became minister, or something like this, and you have to come up with something. All right, but this is a good start.
So يعني لما يجيني سؤال زي هذا في homework ولا في امتحان كلها hypothetically.
Yeah. Just keep pretending. Lie as much as you want. Because remember, this is a language course and language questions. They're not factual. It's not like when you're doing, for example, mechanical engineering, or when you're doing architecture, or I don't know anything. Because in those disciplines, you need to give facts. They'll, for example, in university or at high school or whatever, you need to answer correctly. It's a factual test. When they ask you questions like this in English, it's never factual. They just want you to speak because they want to assess your language. This is what I'm doing when I give you exercises like this. It's just some kind of assessment. I'm assessing you. Did you do it well? Did you do this part better than that part? And so on. And if I notice something, maybe I'll ask you to repeat it or something. And most of the time, you'll probably fix it on your own without me interrupting. But this is how it is. We don't care about facts most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. If you don't have anything to say, make it up.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's easier for us Libyans to do this. I don't think it's difficult. We do it all the time with our families, with our neighbors and cousins, and it's part of our culture, I think. Okay, so let's move on. So this was the one about the future, the different futures. Now let's do the listening part here. All right, I think it's just a pronunciation exercise, but it's also now the first one is a pronunciation test, a pronunciation exercise. I think we can skip the stress one. This one is good, number 9. But number 9, first of all, you have to, I think, choose the correct answer first, choose the correct form. So this means part A, we are going to read the conversation. Part B, you're going to choose the correct forms. After that, we can listen to check. All right, so let's have it as a conversation and answer it at the same time. So maybe Joe, Noah can be Joe, and you can be Tim, and you can just find the answers as you go along. Or if you prefer, I can give you a minute or two to prepare the answers first. Which do you prefer? Do you like a minute or two first to decide on the answers you want, or do you want to do it directly?
Yeah, we would like to have a
2 minutes.
Yeah, I think a little bit of time is better. Okay, so take some time and think of it, because you might need to think. Should you use will? Should you use present continuous? Be going to, depending on, of course, what they want.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, you can just tell me.
I finished.
Okay. Are you ready, Ibrahim?
No, I'm still answering them.
Okay, Noha, you can take the time. Try to do number 10 as well. Here it's, they want you to write or to think of two things you've arranged to do, two things you have planned to do, and maybe two things you'll probably do in the next 4 weeks. It's a bit of an exercise for using all kinds of, for the 3 future tenses. I think this is the point. So you can think of a few of these, maybe one example until Ibrahim finishes. Are you ready, Ibrahim?
And last one.
Okay, excellent, that's good.
You go.
And okay, good. If you want to confirm anything, just take a look at number 6. Take a look at the rules in number 6.
That's why هذا علشان اتاخر عطلت شوي قاعد نشرح في الرولز.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, this way you can make sure, even if something you're not sure of, you can confirm it from the rule. All right, okay. So Joe and Tim. All right, so Joe, you can be Joe. And if you want to be Joe, Ibrahim, that's no problem. I have no problem. Do you want to be Joe?
ما تبي.
I'm just joking. Okay, so now you can start.
Okay. What about these curtains? Shall we give them to your brother?
Sorry, but I think he will. I don't think he will use them.
Okay, I'm going to underline your answers. I'm not going to say right or wrong. Just underline them and check them then from this. Okay.
Okay, I'll throw them away. They are really old anyway. Tim?
And what about your guitar?
Barry wants that. He's coming to pick it up on Friday.
Okay, right. I will put it in the giveaway pile.
Do you want to keep your old trainers?
Yes, definitely. I'm going to start running again soon.
Yeah, right. Shall we keep this mirror? It will look nice in the new house.
Yes, why not? Oh, is it 3:30 already? Don't forget, we are meeting the estate agent at 4.
You go. I'm finishing sorting out this stuff. I'm not sure. Okay, you go. I'll finish sorting out this stuff. I'll finish. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's play the recording. Let's see if all of them are. Do you think all of them are correct?
بإذن الله.
I think so.
Okay. If one of them is wrong, what? I think we need a bet or something. Right?
We don't need. The last time I lost, so قبلنا she still wants the.
She needs the chocolate. I think we bet
Yeah.
the chocolate. But I think the chocolate should be given to the teacher. This way, nothing will be between the students. You won't feel awkward or anything. You'll just have to give me the chocolate.
Yeah.
This
Free stuff.
solves the problem. All right, so we need track
Yeah.
40. Thank you. For track 47. Let's go to track 47. Here it is. Let's check. So increase the volume.
Track 47.
What about these curtains? Shall we give them to your brother?
Sorry, but I don't think he'll use them.
Okay, I'll throw them away. They're really old anyway.
And what about your guitar?
Barry wants that. He's coming to pick it up on Friday.
Right, I'll put it in the giveaway pile.
Do you want to keep your old trainers?
Yes, definitely. I'm going to start running again soon.
Yeah, right. Shall we keep this mirror? It'll look nice in the new house.
Yes, why not? Oh, is it 3:30 already? Don't forget we're meeting the estate agent at 4.
You go. I'll finish sorting out this stuff.
Okay, see you later. Bye.
Bye, darling.
I told you.
Right.
There aren't any
Now
mistakes.
he's
There's
gone.
not
I can
any
start
mistakes.
doing this properly.
Yes, that's excellent. It's very nice.
So now
That's-
we need chocolate from you.
Yes. No, we didn't bet that. We didn't say if you're right or we didn't agree on that. Okay. Actually, there's a follow-up question. It says, "What does Joe do when Tim leaves?" I think we need to listen also to the end of the conversation. Something happens. So what does Joe do? Let's see. I think she'll
He will finish sorting out this stuff.
maybe. No, I think she'll throw away something he told her not to throw away. This is what I think she'll do. I haven't heard the recording, but I'm just sort of guessing. Because I think she's a woman, and most women like throwing things away. So maybe she'll...
Especially
Say
many things. Especially. Because it will still ages.
Yeah, okay.
Wardrobe.
Okay, let's see. Let's listen to the end of the conversation. Oops, I accidentally.
Track 47.
Right. Now he's gone, I can start doing this properly. Let's throw out those smelly old trainers for a start. And that broken tennis racket. Oh, and I'm definitely keeping all my old love letters.
I should have betted that would happen. Yeah, I thought that would happen. Yeah. So what did she do when he left?
He
Didn't
throw
listen.
things away.
Yeah, she threw the sneakers away and the tennis racket, and
Trainer.
she pulled her old love letters. She took them back again, the ones that she was going to throw in our last lesson. She put them in the throwaway pile, but then she decided, no, I'm just going to keep them. Okay, so this is a nice sort of exercise on how to use the different types, different forms of, I think, the future in a nice and clear way. So this was done excellently, no problems. All right, so here, Ibrahim, now I think Noah already has, I'd like you to listen to Noah's examples first, because, and then you can think of a few of your own. So the idea of exercise 10 is that you need to write, you don't have to write them. You can, of course, just say them, but writing will help you prepare, of course. So 2 things that you have arranged to do, 2 things that you have planned to do, and 2 things that you'll probably do in the next 4 weeks. All right. So you need some kind of arrangement, a plan, and something you'll do in the future. Okay, so let's hear what Noah has to say.
At the moment, I'm taking an English course. No, can't say at the moment.
Yeah, now you use present continuous for the present this way, right?
Yeah, the example that I prepared, I'm taking an IELTS exam in the next year.
Okay, that's
but
correct.
I want to switch it with I'm going to, and I can say I'm going to take an IELTS exam as soon as possible.
Maybe the second one's a little better. Because according to what I understood here from the examples, it seems like arrangements are a lot closer to the present, if you get what I mean, right? Yeah. Because if you see the example, he said, we're meeting the estate agent at 4. It's like things you've got planned in like today and tomorrow. So an arrangement is maybe a very short-term plan. Maybe this is what it is, I think.
Yeah, okay. I'm visiting my relatives tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I will sort out my English box. What else? We need they demanded 4 examples. I will sort out my English notes or box.
No, not 4 examples, just two examples for each category. 2 for an arrangement, 2 examples to talk about arrangements,
okay.
and 2 plans, 2 things you have planned, and then 2 things that you'll probably do.
I'm going to call my sister later.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing my friend 2 hours at 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. I'm seeing my friend at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So will, you can use it for some kind of maybe a plan, or here the different ways of using will. You can use it for some kind of prediction that you don't have much much evidence to support, right?
Yeah. My son probably won't won't like the his new school.
Okay, this is a good prediction.
Or will not like to be removed to the new school, or go to a new school.
Mm-hmm. My son probably won't like to go to the new school, or probably
go
won't.
to a new school.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good prediction, I guess. It's probably true as well. Okay. Do you have any other examples? No. I think you covered about two, right? Okay, maybe you can think of another one. Let's see if Ibrahim has any plans, arrangements, or things that you'll probably do
Okay.
in the next month.
Next month.
Yeah, because they said 4 weeks, so next month.
Okay. Month. I'm going to check the car.
Okay, that's okay. I'm going to check the
Okay.
car.
Next month. I will call my friends to see them. They will play online. Maybe. Is it correct? Or I'm not sure.
Sounds more like a plan. I'll call my friends to see
Okay.
if they're online. With Will, Ibrahim, there are, I think, 3 main ways. Either you use them to talk about something that you decided at the moment of speaking, right? Like the examples we saw in the conversation between Joe and Tim. But in this situation, maybe because you can't make something at the moment of speaking because you're giving examples, this means you have another way of using will, which is to make some kind of prediction that's based, which is this one here. This is the other way, if you can see it on the left side of the page. Can you see it? Let me just circle it properly. Can you see E here?
Okay.
Can you read this?
We use will.
Will, yeah.
For a prediction that is a personal opinion and it's not based on present evidence.
Yeah. So will should be some kind of prediction that you'll make about, and that is in the next, let's say 4 weeks, because predictions shouldn't be too close to, it's something that you think will probably happen. Like the one that Noha said, the one about her son. She said, I think my son probably won't like moving from his school, or probably won't like going to a new school. It's a prediction. She doesn't really have anything to prove this or anything to base it on, but it's a prediction, and it's not immediate, because the closer it is to the present, the closer it is to the moment of speaking, the more it sounds like a plan or like an arrangement. Like the online thing, when you said, I'm going to call my friends to see if they're online. This sounds like a great plan. I'm going to call my friends to see if they're online. But it doesn't feel much like a prediction. With predictions, there's always something that's not in your hand. Do you get the idea? That's why it's not like a plan. There is less control. Noha doesn't really know if her son will like moving or not. She just thinks it might happen. You get the idea, Brian?
Okay. I don't think I will clean my room next month, maybe.
ما نعرفش كان ملاحظتي صح ولا، لكن اعتقد ما تقدرش تدير ليش تقول next month next year next كذا.
With will, I think you can.
ايه.
I think you can, right?
Okay.
Yeah, because maybe you don't have to. It's not like with the arrangements. With arrangements, I think you have to. But with will and with the other one, with the going to, I think because the listener automatically assumes you're talking about the future. So even if you don't use a time phrase, maybe it's not necessary to really use a time phrase. But with, of course, the present continuous, I think you have to.
Okay.
So is it correct?
The one about, I don't think I'll clean my room this month. Right? Is this what you said? I think it's okay.
Month.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm just trying to compare the examples with Will in the conversation to see maybe if we can get some clues that might help you. You go. I'll finish sorting of the stuff. it will look nice in the house. He'll pick it up. He's coming to pick it up. Very nice. I'll throw them away. I think most of the situations here, they just used will as something like a decision made at the moment of speaking. Most of the wills used in the conversation between Joe and Tim were from that category, except I think the one here where he said, it'll look nice.
Something temporary.
In the new house. It's a bit of a prediction, I think. The one about the mirror. It will look nice in the house. Joe is just making some kind of prediction. She doesn't really know.
Yeah.
Maybe it won't look good. We don't know. But she's just making a prediction, I think. The rest is just sort of responses at the moment of speaking. So maybe it's a little trickier to make a future with will than it is with plans and arrangements. But I think, Brahim, as long as you get the idea, maybe you can do that as homework. Think on your own, and you can get some inspiration from this conversation from Joe and Tim. Or you can make an example where, as if someone just told you something. So you can say, my brother asked me to drive him to his friend, so I'll take him there after the lesson. So I'll take, no, now it sounds like a plan because this already happened and you decided in the past. so it can't be done, I think. The one with it has to be in the middle of the conversation.
I think my brother won't pick me up.
Yeah, you can say my brother wants me to drive him. So, but here I'm trying to report what would Ibrahim say if his brother asked him to drive him, right? When he reports the event to us, now it's an arrangement. It's not will anymore. With his brother, when he did it with his brother, yes, he would have said, "I'll drive you. I'll take you to your friend's house," right? Because that would have been a decision made at the moment. But when he reports the story to us, it's now an arrangement.
Even with the report speech, you can say,
I told him that I'll take him.
My brother told me that he will pick me up, but I think he won't do that.
Correct. Yeah. You can just report it right away. Correct. Yeah. But with the reporting speech, you're going to make it a little tricky. But you are completely right. Yes. I'm just not sure if Ibrahim is familiar with do you know reporting reported speech, Ibrahim? It's when you say, he told me that I had to come. For example, there are different ways of reporting someone else. And there's a little change in the tenses. I think in this book, there is definitely going to be a lesson about it because it's usually pre-intermediate, B-intermediate. Anyways.
No, I have يعني عندي عليها خلفية شوية لكن مش.
Yeah. I think you'll find it in a separate lesson. I'm not sure. Maybe the next unit, in another few units, we'll find it. It's interesting. It's good. It's useful for speaking, to be honest. It's good. Anyway, so maybe you can think of a few more. Do them as homework. Okay, make a list of 6 things in your home that you want to get rid of. I think we can skip this. Try to sell or give away your things to other students. Each person. Do you want to buy? Maybe I don't know. I think with the first exercise, it's just maybe some kind of revision of the phrasal verbs. The one about clear out, give away, sort out, take out, tidy up. I think we can skip them. Let's not waste too much time on this. As long as we got the main point, which is the different ways of talking about continuous, about the future, and the different phrasal verbs which are related to cleaning, organizing, and tidying. So we got that right. I think we can move on. All right. Now, this is one of my favorite topics, verb patterns. I think I've spoken about this a few times on the page because it really is important. So let me just ask, Ibrahim, do you know what verb patterns are? And if you don't, that's okay, but can you guess what do you think they are?
No clue.
Okay, Any guesses? Maybe you have a guess. Sometimes your guess might be close.
A word that مش عارف. Maybe when you say a birthday cake, that means there's a birthday party, maybe? Like that, مش عارف.
No, because the idea is it's all about verbs. So it's birthday party and birthday cake are nouns. So
Yeah, man. No clue.
okay, let's see what do you think verb patterns are, Nahar? If you want to sort of just give us an introduction, or what do you think they are?
Unfortunately, I don't know. Actually.
Okay. So let me just give you a quick idea, or a very very simple way of imagining.
patterns مثلا لما تقول سوري مثلا تقول جيراند مثلا ولا تقول ايدي ولا
That's
ايدي
it.
مثلا.
That's it. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah تلخبط في الاسم انا ما نعرفهمش بالاسم لكن.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yes. And do we do them when we have one verb, or is it always when there are two verbs?
لما two verbs طبعا تستعمل ing مرات بيناتهم two.
Yes. This is the very very basic. I think you got the point. Here, let me simplify it with a little diagram to make it very easy. So verb 1 plus verb 2. Now here's the story. Whenever two verbs come right next to each other or with each other, following each other, basically.
Your voice is chopping.
Is my voice choppy now? Can you hear me now? A little bit?
Few minutes later. Yeah.
Is it okay now?
Last few minutes, yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
All right. So here you have verb number 1 and you have a verb number 2, right? Now, let's imagine these two verbs are, before we give examples, the idea with verb 1, it decides, it's the boss, right, Ibrahim? So the verb number 1, it's in control of the second verb. So whatever it does, the second verb must follow. It's like master and slave. Maybe not a very good word to explain it, but think of it like this. Verb 1 is the master. It's in control of verb 2. So if verb 1 is in the infinitive, it doesn't have to be, but whatever tense it's in, verb 1, depending on its type, there are different types or different groups. It's going to decide how the second verb would look. So for example, if you use a verb like
want, state verb مثلا.
Want. Yeah, good example. So if you say, for example, I want to, so here, just say want. Any verb you use after want, you have to say to and infinitive, right? You have to say, I want to study, I want to sleep, I want to eat. Because if you try it in any other way, it doesn't make sense. You can't say, I want going. You can't say, I want eat. You have to say, I want to eat. Do you get the idea?
You can't say, I want going.
No, you can't. I want going, you can't. You can say, I want to go. Actually, want is one of the verbs where the only option for the second verb is to be in infinitive, right? And even if we change the second verb, change the first verb in the past to talk about something that happened in the past, the second verb is still an infinitive. I wanted to go. I wanted to go. I wanted to eat. When I was 13,
you never say I wanted going.
No, I wanted going. No. Do you get the idea? So want is one of the verbs that you can only put an infinitive after it. But some verbs are a little more democratic, like the verb I like, right? You can say I like to go to parties, or you can say I like going to parties. You see? So here there's a bit of sort of flexibility. Like is,
how can you define which verb take ing after it, which verb take to infinitive after it?
here I think it's more of a practice thing. They sort of categorize them. They put them usually in lessons like this lesson. They'll tell you how to group them from the lesson.
Them.
Yeah,
you just use them.
And you'll find this out from the article itself, because from the article they'll give you a group of different verbs, and then they'll tell you to pay attention to the verbs that came after them and how did they work out. So so this is another way. And some verbs you have to use. Take a look at this. For example, I helped. What comes after this verb? مثلا بنقول أنا ساعدتهم في امتحانهم. ساعدتهم يقروا. ساعدتهم يقروا.
I helped them to study.
And usually it's without to. I help them study. But can we remove the them? Can we remove the object? What do you think of it without the object, them? Does it work? نقدر نقوله I help study.
I help study. No.
Is it okay?
It's strange.
It's strange. You have to put an object. I helped them study. I helped him study.
Yeah.
I helped her study, right?
Yeah.
So
because,
here help.
Without pronoun turn to meaningless.
Exactly. It sounds so strange if you don't put an object here, some kind of pronoun. So this is the problem. This is another category of verbs. The verb help. It needs an object, and these are called the verbs.
So you can excuse me. Excuse me. Can you say I helped her studying or not?
Without her.
No, I helped her studying.
No. No.
Okay.
But you can use, for example, I helped design this car. You understand? I helped design this car. So here, helped has a different meaning. It's not the same like offering help. It's like I participated when you use it like this. I helped design this car. So you're not using it in the classic sense of مساعدة. You're using it like I participated. I was part of the team. ساهمت في تصميم السيارة هذه. So it has another meaning. So verb patterns for me is an interesting topic because they change. Even the meaning sometimes changes. And then you have verbs which are called intransitive verbs, non-transitive verbs. You know, there are details. But for us here, we're going to find out how they work and how to put verbs together and what are the rules, and you know, we'll learn a few details. Okay, so first of all, let's do the vocab and the reading part because this will show us what we really want to learn. Let's start with some general questions about. So the topic, of course, is birthdays. So it says here, how do people celebrate birthdays in your country? How do people normally celebrate birthdays in Libya? Do we even celebrate birthdays?
So no.
Recently, yeah, nowadays, yeah, lots of families celebrating their children's birthdays.
Yeah, I agree. I think now, recently, at least in the last, let's say, 15 years, 10, 15 years, there's been a trend or some kind of change. Mothers.
Mister. By the way, we are speaking about transitive and intransitive verbs. I have a question. When I was reviewing the lesson about the adjectives. Sorry, I'm interrupting the.
No. Go ahead.
Moment's lesson. When at the adjective glad, okay, there is an example saying, I'm glad you enjoyed the meal. Why don't they say, I'm glad that you enjoyed the meal?
No, here is, this is one of
Is it in transit? I'm glad is يعني تجي بمعنى أنا مسرور به، هي يعني هي transitive.
No, because glad is not a verb. Glad is an
like
adjective.
enjoy مثلا.
Glad is an adjective, and here the word that, which is a relative
كيف من غير
pronoun.
that مثلا من غير
Here sometimes we can omit that.
شنو؟
We can omit that. We can omit relative pronouns in some situations. I'm not sure of the rule, but I remember it when I was preparing for IELTS. We can omit it when we can omit relative pronoun. Meaning that تعتبر relative pronoun. عرفتي؟ So we can omit it, we can remove it. يعني نديروا السطر يبدأ optional. سواء حطيتها أو ما حطيتهاش عادي. I think when it works as the subject of the sentence or the object, I'm not sure, one of them. لكن
Your
في
voice
الحالة
is
هذه
choppy.
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Hello?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me clearly, Ibrahim?
Yeah.
Naha, can you hear me clearly?
لا تو لا. تو فصل شوي.
إيه لكن السيشن فاتت ما.
Okay, let me check the internet first, okay? Just a second, give me a second.
تو باهي لكن بكري كان يقطع. واحد لما يجي يقرأ يحس روحه كأنه كل مرة.
It's full bar. So I don't know. Is your internet okay? No, is your internet good now?
Okay. Now it's okay.
Yeah.
لكن أنا بنقول لك إن أنا لقيتها مع اثنين. I'm pleased you like the present. بعدين قال I'm glad you enjoyed the meal. So ما عرفتش ليش هم omit that هنايا هي relative.
Yeah, I think here let's search for it because I remember it's okay to omit it لما تجي في محل السبجكت وإلا الأوبجكت. ما عادش أتذكر القاعدة شو تقول. أنا بالنسبة لي ندير فيها أوتوماتيكيا ما نطبقش في القاعدة. بتجيني بالودن نحس أنا نقدر نحطها ونحاها. لكن في القاعدة نفسها كانت مذكورة لما قريتها من الكتاب. It said that relative pronouns can be omitted if they are considered the subject of the sentence. في الحالة هذه نقدر نديروا لهم omission. Let me check exactly since you asked about it so we can.
لكن هنا هي مش في مكان السبجكت ولا object. I'm glad you enjoyed the meal. I'm glad that you. يعني هنا هي بمعنى بأن أو زي الاسم الموصول أو زي
هو هنا أعتقد جت في محل الأوبجكت subject على ما أعتقد. Let me check. Omitting relative pronoun. Here it is. Object. أنا قلت لك subject. لما يجي الأوبجكت اللي هي زي هي. Take a look at this one. So here, if you see the example on the right side, do you see that? So
yeah. Who called you?
here هنا ما نقدروش. We can't here.
هذه relative clause.
Yeah, but that is
relative clause.
حتى that أنت لما استعملتها هي تعتبر اللي هي كأنها بالعربي التي I'm glad that you enjoyed the meal. أنا مسرور أنك مو في العربي يجي أنك ما تجيش.
That you. إيه ما تجيش هنا ما هيش relative clause هنايا. ما هيش هي صح هي تقدر تقول I'm pleased that you like the present لكن هم منحيين. They lapsed.
I'm pleased
you like the present.
Yeah.
أنت زي المقصوصة ولا كيف؟
Here, look at this example. هاني أعطيني
إما بيكون أنا فكرت إنه.
Can you see the two examples? The first one. There's the man who we met yesterday.
The phone. Which example do you refer to?
The first one on the right. There's the man. Can you see it? Can you see where my mouse is on the right?
Who?
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
So in the first example,
What's the difference between who and whom?
okay, whom is when it's a subject, when it's in the object. I'll tell you a little bit about that.
I always want to ask that.
Do you see the two examples now?
هو الذي whom حاجة ليه.
Yeah, whom it belonged to.
Example. Can
Yeah.
affect the relative pronoun but only as the object. Yeah. Okay. There is the man. تقدر تقول we met yesterday.
بالضبط. مفيش داعي تقولي who.
who we met. Yeah. Yeah. حتى هنا تقدر تقول I'm pleased you like that present. حتى هنا I'm glad you enjoyed the meal. Yeah. Got it now.
But in the second example, you have to use it, the one with the actress. Because it's serving as the subject of the following verb. اللي هو was the following verb. Awarded قصدي. Here, the second example. She is an actress.
Awarded, yeah.
Awarded is the verb.
Who was awarded an Oscar.
Here
علاش لازم هنا ما تقدر تجي له omit ما نفسها. An actress was awarded an Oscar يعني شنو الفرق؟
No, because
مين قاعد يوصلك يعني؟
لا لو بدي اياها بالعربي اللي يوصلك بالانجليزي ما no. If you say she's an actress, لو بدأتي she is an actress, you have to say who. She was an actress who was awarded an Oscar. If I ask you who is she, and if you say she was awarded an Oscar, تمام, she was awarded an Oscar. لكن لو بدي راب الكيفية هذه بحيث أن relative pronoun serves as the subject of the following verb.
يعني هم نفس الشيء لو فوق their زمان وهنا she is يعني زوز فيهم auxiliary وزوز فيهم noun وبعدها عندك the rest of the sentence. So you can't see the difference. Honestly.
Here, it's according to what it says that in the first one, the verb here, who and whom, it's the object of the following verb. اللي هو met. الwhom والwho with that يعتبروا objects للmet. I don't know how it's in the object exactly, to be honest. For me, like I said, I just do it kind of normally, naturally. هذه تجيني عادي فيش حسها ما فيش داعي تقولي لكن الثانية ما نقدرش نديرها من غيرها. It sounds really weird. But the grammatical explanation is that awarded here is the subject, the relative pronoun. It serves as the subject of awarded, and in this situation, if it serves as the subject, who was awarded, whom we met, اللي تلاقينا معه اللي أخذت. This is what I remember from reading the rule, but how it is the object or how it is the subject, I don't really know how we can tell, to be honest. Because
لكن حتى صعب إن أنت تفرق بيناتهم حتى بالexperience ممكن basically.
Maybe
it's hard
yes.
to imply the rules.
Just keep using it. Just use it. I mean, if you're not sure, just always use it, right? Defining the medicines we're using. Okay.
I want to waste your time searching on it. I will do it myself, inshallah.
Yeah, take a look. Yeah, maybe you can find some kind of the rule is هي هذه نفس الرول اللي قريتها حتى في كتاب الجرامر advanced grammar بتاع الايلتس نفس الكلمة بالضبط قالها لما يجيك relative pronoun if it comes as the object of the sentence تقدر تنحي. If it comes as the subject of the verb, sorry, not the sentence. يعني لو جاك كobject للفعل اللي بعده تقدر تنحي يبدأ optional. لكن لو جاك كسبجكت ما تقدريش تنحي. لكن كيف تضبطيه هو subject or object? I don't really know, to be honest. الحق.
Yeah.
This is
practice.
Yeah, for me it's just a practice thing. It sounds okay. لأنه يجيني مرات مثال تنحيه يبدأ عادي زي هذا. This one, do you see? The medicines. Can you see this example? اللي على اليمين هذا. The medicines we are using are from the Red Cross. يعني لما نقراها هيك طول عادي نقدر نحاها. ما فيش داعي نقولها. لكن it was in 2005. هني لا، هني لازم نقولها. ما نقدرش نقول when it was in 2005 Hurricane Katrina. لازم نقول when Hurricane Katrina. نفس الشيء the second نفس الشيء بتاع Japan. Japan is a country where earthquakes. I have to say where. He's the boy whose mother. نفس الشيء حتى المثال الأخير لازم نقولها. I talked to a man. حتى معناته سوري من الأمثلة هذه كلهم ما فيش إلا الثانية. اللي هي قال لك refers to objects which that refer. لكن هنا أعطيها لك كقاعدة عامة يعني how to use relative clauses بصفة عامة.
Yeah.
So maybe if you read that your main topic should be relative clauses, maybe you can find it in the vocab book I sent you. Did I send you the vocab book? The one
unfortunately I didn't find to
Yeah, maybe
I
in
have
that.
a lot of books related to
Yeah, try to look in any advanced or upper intermediate grammar book and search the main topic for relative clauses. حيجيك كده في واحدة من اللي هم زي ما تقولي الكاتيجوريز في الدرس أكيد حيمروا على قصة أمتى الأوميشن مسموح وأمتى مش مسموح وحاول يشوف الفكرة. Maybe this will help I think. Okay. So I think we can go back. Where is it? Whom you asked about who and whom, Brahim, right? Here, now in modern English they don't use whom anymore. I mean do يبدل فيها حتى بهو خلاص. لكن هي الأساس هي فيها زي نوع من الملكية. This is the car whom the criminal used. Who the criminal? No. This is the man whom the criminal killed. Do you get the idea?
أنا تقابل فيه اللقطة هي في المسلسلات ولا الأفلام قبل يتساوقوا عليها اللقطة هي كنت نبي نسأل لكن
in modern English they don't use it so often. So you can say he's the man who okay, he killed the man who I can't even think of an example. But nowadays you can just use who. You don't have to use whom anymore. شبه استغنوا عليها يعني. But you can take a look, just Google it. I think you can find some easy examples when to use who and when to use whom. Okay, let's see your opinion about birthdays. What do you think, Brian? Do people celebrate birthdays in Libya?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
And when's your birthday?
26th May.
26th of May. Okay. And what are the advantages or disadvantages of having a birthday at that time? On the 27th of May. Do you think it's a good?
No idea.
It's a good. Do you think it's a good time to have a birthday at the end of May, or it doesn't make a difference, or what do you think?
I don't think it does make a difference.
Okay. And did you? When was the last time you were on? No, I thought it was asking someone else. So when were you on your last birthday? Your last birthday?
Last year.
Not last year. This year.
اليوم احنا شهر ايه طيب and that's with my aunt.
Mm-hmm. Did you do anything special?
We took food from the restaurant.
Okay, so you had some takeaway.
بالضبط.
And what did you eat? What did you order?
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches? Did you have fun?
Yes.
Did she take you out?
Actually, I took her out. So.
And who paid?
Both of us.
Okay, so that's not a very good deal for a birthday boy, right?
Yeah.
It's usually the other way around. Okay, okay. All right, so we're going to read a little bit about birthdays around the world. But let's start with these words. I think you know all of them, but can you read the words for me here in the box, Brian?
Okay. A candle, shine, seaweed, blindfold, a donkey, and a stick.
All right, okay. So let's look at the photos first, and let's see what you know about these birthday traditions, okay? So this is photo A. You can see photo A. Yeah, and then you have photo B. What can you see in photo B?
A birthday cards.
A group of birthday cards. C.
Money, maybe a present.
Maybe a present, maybe. Okay. What
Yeah.
about photo D?
A birthday cake.
A birthday cake. And photo E?
Birthday song.
Birthday song, okay. Now let's read a little bit about birthdays from around the world. It says here, read the article, put the photos in the order they are discussed. Of course, when you finish reading this, you can then decide which photos did they mention, number 1, 2, 3. Just put them in order, that's all. All right?
Okay.
All right, so here you go. Happy birthday to you. Margaret Robson investigates the origins of birthday traditions around the world. So you can read. Have you finished? Have you finished, Ibrahim?
No, I'm in the
Okay.
pinatas.
All right.
Yeah, I think I finished.
Okay. Now let's put the photos in the same order that you read them.
Okay.
So what's the first photo they talked about? A, B, C, D, or E?
I think D. D is the first one.
Yeah, the cake, right? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the second thing they talked about?
Birthday cards.
There's something before birthday cards, I think.
دقيقة. البirthday song قصدي.
Yeah, birthday song. So this means E, right? So D
Yeah.
and then E. Okay.
And then birthday cards.
Correct.
المفترض birthday
Yeah,
cards. Yeah.
but birthday
And then
cards.
piñata.
Mm-hmm.
And after piñata, the red card.
Is it a card?
No.
What
Envelope.
is it? It's an envelope, right? So it's a
red envelope.
It's a red envelope. And what does it have? What does it contain?
Money.
Right. Okay, okay. So we did the first part. We put them in the correct order. Now, it says here, let's do the questions in part 3. Why are birthday cakes round? And why do we put candles on them?
The ancient Greek, they shape it like a moon.
Okay, so they shaped the cake like a moon, but why did
Yes,
what about the candles? What's the story with the candles?
to make it shine.
Right, okay, okay. How much does Time Warner earn from Happy Birthday to You every year?
2 million maybe.
Correct, that's what they said, yeah. What do people eat on their birthdays in China and Korea?
In China, سوبو مش عارف شنو. I'm not sure.
Yeah, something like that. And what is it?
And in Korea, seaweed soup.
Right, you're right about Korea. And what about the Chinese saobao? What is it, the saobao thing?
Small birthday cake. Small and shaped like shape. It's the same shape and color as a peach.
Right. Why did people send birthday cards 100 years ago? What's the reason for this? What do you think?
If they couldn't come to a birthday party,
Right.
or
So
they didn't remember to send a present.
exactly right. Yes, this is why they sent cards. And what does a piñata usually usually look like, and how do you get the sweets out of it?
Looks like a donkey.
Yeah.
And you open it, hit it with a stick.
Yeah. And what comes
or
out?
Something. Sweets,
Yeah.
candy.
Do you think we should have something like this in our country, some kind of tradition like this?
Nam?
Do you think we should have some kind of tradition like the piñata in Libya?
Don't know. ما نفكرش. I don't think about these.
Do you think
I
maybe?
think if they do it, it will be expensive.
Yeah, maybe you can change the donkey with a politician.
اي والله هلبة.
That would be.
هلبة.
That would be fun, and we keep hitting him until candy comes out, and if no candy comes out, we just keep hitting.
Yeah, I think شنو اسمه the kids want they couldn't play with it because the adults will.
Yeah, because the adults will take over. They'll say, "Okay, kids, this is our piñata." All the adults will.
And they wouldn't hit with the stick, with their fists.
With everything, just keep hitting.
Yeah. It will be a wrestling ring.
It will be very entertaining, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what about the last one, the Vietnamese birthday, the Tet? What's this, the Tet thing?
It's New Year's Day.
Yes. And what happens on New Year's Day?
Adults give their children a red envelope containing money to help them celebrate becoming 1 year older.
Yeah, so that means that it doesn't matter when you're born, because you won't get a celebration on the day you were born, right? Everybody gets it on the same day.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Do you think it's
okay?
It's okay
because every country has its own culture. Because don't judge. I don't judge about it. So.
Okay. Now here, from these different cultures or these different traditions, which for you was the most interesting or the most surprising, Brian? In your opinion, of course.
I know about Mexico, piñata, because they make a lot of jokes on it. The newest thing is in Vietnam, the Tet.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know about this either, but I think the piñata, because it's usually shown a lot on movies and series, because Mexican culture is very close to the USA, so there's lots of influence, and lots of Americans from Mexico come from Mexico.
Yeah.
So it's fairly popular, the idea of the piñata. But I think I agree with you. The Tet is a little weird that everybody celebrates their birthday on the same day.
Same day, yeah.
All right, okay. Now let's move to the topic we were talking about, this idea. Okay, but I need to leave for a minute or two, but I'm going to let you work on this, and let me tell you what you need to do. So the idea, maybe this will help if I show you both pages at the same time. Where is it? Page display. Okay. So now you can see both of them there. Okay, let me zoom in to make it a little better. Okay. I don't know if you can see all of them, but you can use your PDF if you can. But I think you have to go back and forth. Do you have your book with you, your PDF?
Yeah.
All right, so maybe it can help you. So this means it's okay, I can just zoom in here. So you need to find all the bold verbs, right, in the article, and you need to categorize them. You need to put them according to the verbs that followed them. So let's take, for example, can and can't, right? So what did we use after? What did we use after can? So of course the bold words are all verbs, Ibrahim. كلهم أفعال. But what we're interested in is what came after them, because this way we can categorize them. نحط كل واحد في in a group. This is what we want to do. So let's see can as an example. Let's do it together. Can or can't, it's the same, negative, positive. What came after it? What's the form of the verb that came after it? Is it
celebrate?
Yeah, celebrate. But what is celebrate? Is it an ing verb? Is
infinitive.
Is it infinitive with to or infinitive without to?
Without to.
All right. So let's look for the category with infinitives that are not with to. Let's see. Do you see the third category? This one. Can you see it? Can plus infinitive. Do you see?
Yeah.
So can is one of these groups from these groups. Can is the one that you need an infinitive after it. This means every time you use can, you have to put an infinitive. Can go, can sleep, can eat, can study, right? You can't use something else. This is the idea. Do you get the point?
Okay.
And you will do the same thing for all the verbs. You will find all the verbs and you'll find out what's used with them, what comes after them.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam. Welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry, it's run out of fuel.
No problem. Don't worry. We were just doing this. We were just about to start right now because I was just telling Ibrahim I need to go for a few minutes, but I was telling him how to look for the verbs and how to group them depending on the behavior of the verb that comes after them. And we took can as an example from the text. So all the bold words here in this text, all the bold words, all of them are of course verbs. But what we're really interested in is what comes after these verbs. What form of verb? Is it an infinitive? Is it an infinitive with to? Is it an ing? And so on. And according to what verb comes after these bold verbs we have in the article, then we can put them in a group and chat a little bit about them. All right? So I was just telling Ibrahim you can start working, and if you can't see both the text and the question, maybe you can use your PDF. Ibrahim has a PDF, and Noha, you have a book. So you can work together, by the way, on this and help each other. I'll be away for just a minute or two to check the battery I'm using, and I'll be back, okay?
Okay.
All right, so see you in a few minutes.
Likes getting birthday, likes they start.
Okay.
So let's see. Have you found all the verbs? Did you
Mhm.
group all the
Yes.
verbs?
Mhm.
Okay. So now that we grouped them, the second part here, what it wants is some of the verbs that you just found and put in the right place here, according to the verb that follows them. Some of them can go in more than one place. So let's take for example the verb enjoy. So if you want to put enjoy into two places, what would these two places be?
Enjoy
Mhm.
plus ing.
Okay, so enjoy with
Mm.
with verb
Start.
plus ing. So you can say, for example, I enjoy watching TV, right?
Swimming.
I enjoy swimming. But can we use enjoy with anything else, or does it have to be a verb plus ing after after enjoy? This is my point. because here in exercise B, what they're telling you is these verbs, some of them, not all of them, some of them can be followed by more than one verb pattern, if you get what I
Yeah.
mean.
Uh,
So I was just asking, enjoy, is it one of them? Is enjoy one of them, which can be done in more than one way, or is it just verb plus ing?
if it would be one of them, so he will take ing or just infinitive. I think it's not infinitive with do, it's not object infinitive with do.
But you have to put it in an example to confirm this.
I don't know. I'm not sure about it.
So can you say I enjoy study, or I enjoy play, or I enjoy swim?
No, you can't.
I think you can't, right? So this means actually enjoy, if we have to, I think it's we can put it with the verb start. I don't think we can do it any other way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So okay. So we have enjoy. What about need?
وين الverbs انت منين نجيب فيه؟
From the box in part B.
Part B.
Mm-hmm.
Number
4B.
Need. Yeah, okay. You finished the first page. Okay.
Yeah, we finished the first. The first page is just general reading about about birthdays and.
Okay.
And you finished the number 4A, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So need. Where should we put
need
it?
to do to infinite.
Okay. So this means here. Okay. Next verb, Ibrahim. What about allow?
With the decide to.
Allow also with decide and need. What do you think? Put it in an example. Whatever verb I ask you about, just think of an example. Put some example. Put some sentence using the verb.
Yes.
So how do you use allow? What about me, Noha? How would you use allow? Are you there, Noha? I think she disconnected.
I allow you.